Start yet. Don't start yet. We gotta get the camera ready, girl. You better know.
Alright. But I'm fixing back the air. Alright. This is all natural if y'all didn't know. Alright. You got this. You got
it, Shorty.
Alright. Okay. My flesh grew strong as my spirit got weak. My outer appearance seemed fine, but my inside, it was weak. I had people look up to me like, oh, she's strong. Strong? Me? If only they knew it was an act all along. I even had guys come up to me and say,
hey, aren't you that beautiful girl? Beautiful from head to toe. I mean, everyone was on such a beautiful soul.
Beautiful soul. If only they knew the real me behind locked doors at home. I mean, it seemed like everybody loved me in school, but that's because I tried my best. I wonder how many of those same people would love me if they saw the real me at home when I was a mess.
Go ahead, girl.
Is being myself a sin? Because everyone I then opened up to looked at me with disgust, making me feel like I've never been. In this world is where I was placed. But for what purpose? Because I was wiped out of everywhere, like I was just a stain. My whole life I've been searching for someone, something to fill this blank. Because, man, this dad that I have, I despise him. Because after 17 years, I just try and try, but I'll never be perfect in his office.
When I go home, I go straight to my room. Because before I even get there, I know I'm doomed. Mom's probably in the bathroom, I don't know, shooting up. Or dad's out with other women making love. Sheesh, my world is spinning. I wonder how long until it crashed. But something inside me told me pick up the phone and call my dad. So I did. Hey, Dad.
Hey, honey, I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm busy, baby.
And after the sound, I hang up. My world is crazy. This life I'm living is not voluntary. How is it that I live in a world full of millions, but still feel condemned and solitary?
Go ahead.
A delinquent was my type. It's all word proud. Making my dope dealing because of my idol. I mean, I still remember the time he told me couldn't crack certain fiends trying to get money by any means. I mean, that's what I lived up to. And it was hard. I mean, I was soulless. My heart was burning. I could feel the steam. And at that, I followed. I don't know why. I just did. And like, everything, my whole world just came crashing down. Don't know why. So, did what he did. Out in the corner, sits on drugs here and there. Every day, this is what I did, but nobody knows. I mean, when you look at me, you won't really see what I used to do. I mean, you think your life's tough? At the age of 15, I had a gun pressed to my head with my eyes closed shut. I mean, it didn't scare me. I know I sound crazy at all, it didn't scare me. It just motivated me to play rough. So there I was, hopping out of vans with the back of my hand, leaving people's chests sewed up.
I'm tired of this pain. I wish it would all stop. All I remember doing is crying. To my knees, I dropped. In this mess of hurt, I start to go insane. Because to my surprise, in my mind only popped one name, and that was God. I know He's holy, and I know He heals, and He washes away sin. But would He do that for me? Because I mean, I knew of God, but I didn't know Him. So I just remember dropping, and I prayed. My thoughts in a scurry. I said, God, if this is real, save me, and please hurry. And in the midst of silence, I heard,
don't you know I give the toughest battles to the strongest soldiers? So why worry? I mean, you need to trust in me. You need to believe. Don't you know? The biggest trials in life reward the biggest blessings.
And at the sound of that, I stood to my feet, shocked and amazed. Could it be that there's really a faithful God out here that saves? I mean, I was still hurt, and yes, I still had pain. But on the contrary, all that forever pain that I just felt suddenly seemed temporary.
After 6 years, I was tired of this lifestyle. So I gave up. Until I finally got this one phone call from some special person in my life. She found hurt in me, and she wanted to make it out. So she told me,
the word of God is true.
and I stood there staring at my phone like, who?
Come to church, it can really help you.
So I decided to do it. Anything to try to make my life stable. I mean, this ain't no fable. This is really true. So I'll stand before you all, a changed man, I know I won't look back.
God has saved me. His love is true.
Never will I go back doing the things that I used to.
I remember being hurt, but I don't remember what that feels like.
That's because in darkness, God becomes that light.
Come on.
Before you, God, imperfect and a sinner.
Knowing that even though my problems may seem big, my God will always remain bigger.
Come on.